Global warming is a serious issue that has plagued the Earth for numerous decades and is occurring largely because of human activities that result in the harvesting and production of fossil fuels. Fossil fuel emissions are caused by the consumption of non-renewable energy sources such as oil and coal used commonly and frequently all over the world in the everyday lives of countless people. Main contributors of fossil fuels include factories such as those in the meat and dairy industry, modes of transportation like cars and buses, the widespread use of electricity in buildings and all throughout cities, along with many other home fuel uses. A buildup of fossil fuel results in a greenhouse gas blanket that rapidly heats the Earth. One of the regions of the world that is being affected by global warming at the harshest rate is the Arctic. Climate change is faster and more severe in the Arctic than in most of the rest of the world. It is warming at a rate of almost twice the global average. This has led to loss of snow and sea ice, and because of this is having detrimental effects on the wildlife that call the Arctic their home. Another major ecological issue caused by global warming is forest fires. Major forest fires are continuing to occur all around the world, forcing animals and people alike to flee from their homes and leave everything behind, and unfortunately results in countless deaths annually. Although global warming is happening everywhere, its effects are highly visible in places such as Bangkok, New York City, Venice, Mexico City, Miami, and New Orleans, where cities are literally sinking under the feet of their inhabitants. The reason as to why global change and global warming is occurring has always been an extremely controversial topic. Human interference with nature has caused countless problems, many thought to be irreversible. Coal, oil, and petroleum are all of the world's largest sources of energy, and when used, all produce extremely harmful greenhouse gases. Politicians are known to fight against the science behind climate change. This is because of the global economy's interdependence on carbon dioxide-emitting hydrocarbon energy sources. Politicians and large companies choose to overlook the negative effects fossil fuels have on the Earth, because if the majority of the world was to demand change, they would no longer benefit or maintain economic control. Although there may be many public figures who disagree with this, and speculation as to whether it exists at all is still present, the fact is that this is a real issue, and once we all realize that there are very achievable solutions, we can save our Earth. Every living being on this Earth who is capable of forming thoughts should care about global warming. Whether we're rich or poor, brown or white, privileged or underprivileged, global warming is an issue that has detrimental effects on all of us. Global warming continues to cause social, economic, and most importantly, environmental problems, but there are solutions. Learning about, educating on, and talking through what climate change means for the entirety of life on Earth is a crucial step in working towards change. In order for there to be change, laws must be established in order to preserve the remaining unpolluted land, and global warming must be recognized by all as a serious world issue. But what can we do to slow and reverse climate change? The answer is simple, and there are many small ways we can help our Earth by making small changes to the way we live our lives on the daily. For one, we can all switch to green energy. This means the discontinuation or greening of things like air conditioners, heaters, and lights, things that are used frequently all around the world but are not actually a necessity. Another solution is green eating. This means eating a mostly plant-based diet consisting of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grains, and eliminating meat and dairy products. This will lessen the pollution produced by the mass amounts of meat and dairy factories all around the world. Alongside green eating comes locally sourced food. Shopping local cuts down the amount of fuel needed and greenhouse gases emitted in the importation and exportation of food, and also has an added bonus of supporting our neighbors. The last but not least easy solution that people can make is to cut out modes of transportation that emit fossil fuels. This means biking to work or school and carpooling in large groups when long-distance travel is necessary. The fact is, if the Earth continues to run the way it is currently being run, and the unnecessary production of fossil fuels is not halted, the Earth and everything on it will not survive for very much longer. As morbid and depressing as this all may seem, there is still hope. Being mindful of how our actions affect our Earth is crucial. We all know what is causing global warming, which means we also know how to stop it and reverse what we have done to the place that every living being calls home.